All right, everybody, we are back here with TEW9, the War of Immortals save. As you can actually see, we are here with our first ever episode of Primetime Wrestling, which is going to be our second show. It will have its own roster, and it will have its own championships, and we will get into that right after I am done booking the show. So I will be right back, buddy. So we are back with our first episode of WWFC Primetime Wrestling. So let's jump into our first pre-show match, which is Rugged Ronnie Garvin taking on Tully Blanchard. In a decent pre-show match, Rugged Ronnie Garvin defeated Tully Blanchard in 10 minutes and 1 second by submission with a reverse figure four. The crowd at the end is expectant and simmering. The wrestling rating was a 61. The crowd rating was a 56. The segment rating was a 66. Rugged Ronnie Garvin got a in-ring performance of 53. Tully Blanchard had an in-ring performance of 69. And our new referee, Chad Patton, got a staff member gimmick and got an initial rating of adequate. So let's head into our first promo from the night. Ooh, that's horrible. Oh, I forgot to script him. Okay, so it is just a introduction to Primetime Wrestling here. Bob Uecker is going to be the manager of Primetime Wrestling. So the storyline idea that I threw in for the Killer Bees and the Midnight Express was a success, so that ought to get it out of being a little bit cold. So let's hop into the promo. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the brand new era. This is WWFC Primetime Wrestling, the latest addition to the WWF Classics family, where the legends live on and new superstars rise to the challenge. Tonight, we're turning back the clock and firing up the engines for an unforgettable showcase of talent, power, and larger-than-life personalities that have made this sport a phenomenon. WWFC Primetime Wrestling is here to bring you non-stop action each and every week, featuring the icons you know and love, alongside the new generation ready to carve their own legacy in the ring. We've got legends, we've got brawlers, we got high flyers, and we have the next wave of superstars who are hungry, who are driven, and who are absolutely electric. This isn't just any wrestling show. No. Primetime Wrestling is here to showcase the heart and soul of professional wrestling, bringing you the best of the past and the thrill of the present and a glimpse into the future. It's about making history once again, creating unforgettable memories, and giving you the most intense action week after week. So buckle up, because the action that is about to begin. Welcome to the debut episode of WWF Primetime Wrestling. So, not a great way to start it off. I forgot to script Vince. I completely forgot all about it. So let's head into our first match, which is Greg the Hammer Valentine taking on Andre the Giant. And a bout that had good heat and decent wrestling, Andre the Giant defeated Greg the Hammer Valentine in 8:29 by pinfall with the butt drop. The crowd is simmering. The wrestling rating is a 60. The crowd rating was a 70. The segment got a 65. Greg the Hammer Valentine had 56. Andre had 64, and it advanced the Greg Valentine and Ronnie Garvin storyline. So let's head into our next promo, which is from the New Horsemen. Ooh, it got a 66. What did we tell you, huh? What did we tell you? The New Horsemen went into that War Games match and did exactly what we said we were going to do. We dominated, conquered, and walked out as the undisputed top force in this business. Primetime Wrestling, it's ours now. We didn't just win war games, we sent a message to every single person watching that there's no group, no team, no alliance that can stop us. LOD, Duggan, and Slaughter, they all fell one by one. And that's just the beginning, because now we're here to run the show and take every title, every opportunity, and make Primetime our kingdom. This place is ours for the taking, and we're going to do it our way. It doesn't matter who stands in our way. Anyone who tries is going down. I'm the enforcer of the Horsemen. Anyone who thinks they can stop us will get crushed. Primetime belongs to the Horsemen now, and there's not a single soul that's got the power to take that. Get used to it, Primetime Wrestling. The new Horsemen have arrived, and the future is ours. So not too great of a promo. Tully performed poorly in the segment, even though he was just a background player. So I'm not exactly sure what's that. Oh, non-speaking appearance. So the crowd's hot and rising, so we're getting a little bit better. And Diego got the crowd hotter. So, and it says they deserved better commentaries. So I'm not exactly sure what they're talking about, because the commentary team is Vince and Bobby. That's definitely wrong. It's not supposed to be him. It's supposed to be Tony Schiavone. I forgot to change that. So let's go through to the next match. In a decent match, Demolition defeated the Body Donnas in 12 minutes and 22 seconds when Demolition Axe pinned Body Donna Zip with the Demolition Decapitation. In terms of ring work, Demolition Axe was head and shoulders above everybody else. Body Donna Zip was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everybody else's in-ring performances. The crowd at the end is hot. The wrestling rating is a 56. The crowd rating is a 49. The segment got a 66. Demolition Smash had a 58. Demolition Axe had a 72. Skip had a 57. And Zip had a 39. It advanced the Islanders versus the Demolition storyline. And Axe and Smash showed excellent chemistry teaming together. So we'll head off to our next segment, which is a promo from Harley Race. I forgot to script him too. Dang it. Well. Here we are. Primetime Wrestling. This is where it all begins again. And I couldn't be prouder to stand here tonight as a part of this new era. Primetime is the perfect place for a man like me. A man who's walked through fire, conquered every challenge, and tasted victory time and time again. I'm here because I still love to fight. I live for the thrill of stepping in the ring and facing whoever dares challenge me. Doesn't matter if it's an old rival or some new kid looking to make a name for themselves. If they've got the guts to stand toe-to-toe with the king, then I welcome them with open arms. So to every superstar in that locker room, old or new, let's see what you got, because if you're going to step into my ring, you better bring everything you got. Primetime Wrestling's about proving yourself, and I intend to do just that, so come on. Let's make this show a fight to remember. So Harley struggled when going off script, so I need to script him from now on. The crowd is white hot, and the segment got a 67. So let's head to the next match, which is Texas Tornado versus Bad News Brown. Oh, man. In an extremely short match, the Texas Tornado defeated Bad News Brown in 5:27 by pinfall. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 63. The crowd rating was a 59, and the segment got a 58. The Texas Tornado had an in-ring performance of 64. Bad News Brown had a 62. It advanced the Barry Windham Texas Tornado storyline. The Texas Tornado seemed off his game, and the color commentary gave it a boost. Really worried with this show. In an average 4-minute interview that took place backstage, we saw Bobby Heenan cutting a promo, Gene Okerlund cutting a promo, and Haku and Tama So this is just Bobby Heenan hyping them up. Uh, the performance of Bobby Heenan was good, and he improvised well throughout the segment. Ladies and gentlemen, take a good, hard look at greatness. You're looking at the future, the unstoppable force that will make history as the first ever WWFC World Tag Team Champions, the Islanders, Tama and Haku. They're not just any tag team. Oh no, these two are pure power, precision, and pure brutality wrapped into one lethal package. You see, everyone else out here is busy pretending to be contenders, thinking they can play tag team champions. Well, they're going to find out real quick that there's a difference between acting tough and being unstoppable. The Islanders have been to war. They've crushed teams from every corner, and they've done it all without breaking a sweat. And now they got their sights locked onto that gold, and there isn't a team out there that can stop them. Do you see the focus in their eyes? Do you see the intensity? The Islanders are more than ready to make history. So to every team in the back, all you so-called tag teams thinking you got a chance to take my advice, save yourselves the embarrassment, save your careers, and don't even bother showing up. Because tonight, Tama and Haku are walking into the ring, and when they're done, they'll be walking out with the piece of you. Get used to it, because the Islanders aren't here to try. They're here to dominate. Remember, when the dust settles and the history books are written, the Islanders, Tama and Haku, who stand tall as the first and only choice as the tag team champions. So sit back, take notes, and watch as the Brain and his team make history. So the segment was a 68. So let's head into the 8-man tag. Finally, a good rating. In a decent match, the New Horsemen, Barry Windham and Sid Vicious, and the Midnight Express defeated the Killer Bees and the Fabulous Freebirds in 15:03 when Sid pinned Jim Brunzell with a powerbomb. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 57, the crowd rating was a 49, and the segment got a 72. And I'm happy over a 72. Stan Lane had an in-ring performance of 45. Bobby Eaton had an in-ring performance of 65. Sid Vicious had a 79. Barry Windham had a 72. Terry Gordy had a 62. Michael Hayes had a 45. Jim Brunzell had a 45. Brian Blair had a 43. It advanced the Killer Bees and Midnight Express, Sid Vicious versus Roddy Piper, and Barry Windham versus the Texas Tornado. Jim Cornette did good work at ringside. Bobby Eaton and Stan Lane have good chemistry with Jim Cornette. Sid Vicious looked good out there. Michael Hayes and Terry Gordy are getting better at their gimmicks. So let's head into the next promo. Hey, a great promo. Yeah. Woo. In a great 7-minute interview that took place backstage, we saw Roddy Piper cut a promo. The segment deserved better commentary, and Roddy Piper benefited from having a hot catchphrase. By any means necessary, you hear me? By any means necessary. I've clawed my way through every challenge, every ring, every single so-called champ this industry's ever thrown at me. And now here I am, on the edge of making history as the first ever WWFC champion. And guess what? I don't just want it. I'm taking it. You see, some guys are talking about what it'll mean to be champion, what they'll do as champion, and how it'll look good on them. Well, I don't care about how it looks. I care about how it means. And it means you're at the top, that nobody can tell you what to do, that every single guy has come through me if they want a shot. And I'll tell you one thing. I'm not just going to win this championship. I'm going to own it, shake it up, turn this whole company on its head if I have to. So to every single person thinking they got a shot, to anyone who thinks they're going to hold me back from that gold, listen close, because Hot Rod's only saying this once. You can come at me, you can try everything you got, but I'm a runaway train and there's no stopping me. I'll become the first WWFC champion by any means, and that's the bottom line. So it's a really good promo there. So, I mean, just the segment needed better commentary. So, I mean, it is what it is. So let's head into our next match, which is the Islanders versus Strike Force. Oh, another good one. Okay, so in a decent match, Strike Force defeated the Islanders in 13-16 when Rick Martel pinned Tama. Tama was the weak link, struggling to keep up with everyone's in-ring performances. The crowd at the end is very hot. The wrestling rating was a 59. The crowd rating was a 59. And the segment got a 71. So Tito had a 58. Rick Martel had a 67. Tama had a 37. And Haku had a 73. So it advanced our uh, Islanders and Demolition storyline and the Strike Force versus Bob Orton in Morocco storyline. Rick and Tito showed excellent chemistry. They also got a tag team specialist bonus. Haku and Tama showed excellent chemistry, and they got a tag team specialist bonus as well. So let's head in to our next promo, which is just Hogan hyping up the main event that's going to happen tonight. In an average interview that took place backstage, we saw Gene Okerlund cutting a promo and Hulk Hogan working the crowd. We did this last time, it got an 88, and this time it's got nothing. Yeah, so the poor headlines for low locker room, a poor gimmick. Man. Well, you know something, brothers? Tonight's the night. The main event, the showdown, the Clash of Titans, and I'm rolling in with none other than the king himself, Harley Race. Yeah, that's right, Bam Bam and Big John Studd. You may be big, you may be bad, but you're stepping into the ring with the Hulkster and a legend by my side. I hope you're ready, Big John Studd. I hope you're ready, Bam Bam. You're about to find out what happens when the power of Hulkamania runs wild alongside Harley Race. We're talking two of the toughest forces in the world, brother, and we're coming for a fight. So what you gonna do, Stud and Bam Bam, when Harley Race and Hulkamania bring it down, tear it up, and show you just who runs this ring? You better be ready to bring everything you got, cause we're coming for a fight that'll shake the arena to its core tonight. We're leaving it all in the ring, brother. So let's head to the next match, which is Roddy Piper and Arn Anderson in a superb and about to head superb wrestling and great heat. Roddy Piper defeated Arn Anderson in 14:31 by submission. The crowd is very hot. The wrestling rating was an 86. The crowd rating was a 79. And the segment got a 93. Roddy Piper had an in-ring performance of 93. Arn Anderson had an in-ring performance of 78. It advanced the Sid versus Roddy Piper storyline, and the match deserved better commentary, and the match got the crowd buzzing. Let's head into our last promo of the night, which is Jim Cornette, and he got a 69. Hey, you know what? That is a lot better than what he's been getting for a while. Well, well, well. What did I tell you, huh? I've been saying it all along. But apparently, you people just needed to see it with your own eyes. The Midnight Express didn't just come in here and wrestle, they came to dominate, to prove they're the finest tag team this business has ever seen. All those doubters, all those so called experts who thought they could doubt the Midnight Express, take a good look. Stan and Bobby just proved what I've been telling you since day one. These men are greatness personified in the tag team world. They're faster, they're smarter, and they know every trick in the book because I wrote the book, baby. So let this be a message to any team thinking they're next up to face the Midnight Express. Don't even bother lacing up your boots, boys. You're stepping into the ring with the best in the world, and they're just getting started. So get used to it because the Midnight Express is here to stay, and we're taking over. So it's not a half bad promo. That's one of the best he's done at all. And it advanced the Killer Bees and the Midnight Express story. So let's head into the main event of Harley Race and Hulk Hogan. I guess I should have switched that around a little bit. In a good match, Hulk Hogan and Harley Race defeated Bam Bam Bigelow and Big John Studd in 1805 when Hogan pinned Studd with a scoop slam. In terms of in-ring work, Hulk Hogan was head and shoulders above everybody else. The crowd is very hot at the end. The wrestling rating was a 75. The crowd rating was a 74. And the segment was a 79. So Harley Race had an in-ring performance of 79. Hogan had a 95. Big John Studd had a 62. Bam Bam had a 68 or 66. And Hogan and Harley Race showed excellent chemistry teaming together. And then the match deserved better commentary. And Teddy Long did some good work at ringside. So, I mean, we just have to fix up everything that we kind of messed up. Well, that I messed up. Forgetting to put Tony Schiavone as the announcer and leaving it as Vince McMahon. So I just have to fix that up. And we should be good for the next episode. So our overall rating was 81. It increased our popularity in 8 regions. We would have gained one more in the Canadian region, but we didn't have enough viewers. The financial report, holy smokes, we made $1 million on that episode. That is fantastic. So let's check out. Whoops, I accidentally hit the wrong button there. Let's check out the popularity recap. We gained 1 in Puerto Rico, so it's up to a 69 now. And some of the the Canadian provinces are gaining some popularity, but hey, we'll get there eventually. So that is everything for this episode. I will see you in the next one.